Key to a crucible. That's strange.
I can't do this
Bring
just
the
yet.
beast in my sights, Exile.
With your death, this nightmare will finally end. Molten One, save me from this unending nightmare! I'm better at chasing.
I've posted on this channel in the past 2 different builds which use the same paradigm, a Forbidden Shaco and a Paradoxica. Paradoxica deals double damage as well as attack speed you want on the Unveil as well as elemental penetration. And then with Forbidden Shaco you can either do a high level Ice Bite support which scales very well with cold, or a very high eye level, gem level, added lightning damage support. So I've done both lightning, I've done both cold. They scale very well. I decided this league to challenge myself and try a fire Flicker Strike build. Now as I ran it with a scepter originally. I realized it's actually better to do swords because of the passive tree to really get your crit up. And more importantly, I realized, hey, let's mix fire and cold. This is a fire / cold Flicker Strike. It's not fizz, it's not chaos. It's fire cold mixed, and it's because of right here we're utilizing Secrets of Suffering. Because it's like, why fire? Why would you do fire? It does ignite. Ignite is fire. DOT does not work with crit, but we can convert it everything we do to Scorch and Brittle. By doing cold and fire damage, we're going to be brittling, we're going to be scorching, and then we use this 8-link setup because we have a Squire, along with, of course, the 6 links between the Squire and our weapon, as well as this very particular setup, this heist item, which you hit with, let's say, a Warlord Orb, you re-roll it into Elder or Shaper, you roll it up, you Awaken Orbit, combine it, and you get this 8-link because you get supported by Ruthless and Multi-Strike in addition to the other 6, and then of course we scale more attack damage, Fizz damage, attack speed multiplier, and in a perfect world, the 17% Fizz damage as extra fire would be a tier 1 or tier 2 flat fire. That'd be a little better, but very hard to hit. This one works well enough. Alright, so I'm going to showcase just on a Maze of the Minotaur. I think Maze of the Minotaur is just a good baseline to just showcase a build. I feel like a build needs to be able to just cleanly run through Maze of the Minotaur. But this is what it looks like on a Ritual on a tier 16. And the main thing I have going here is a tremendous amount of armor. I've got a Bottled Faith, I've got this Chaos Flask, which gives more damage. It's Zuri's Flask. And then most everything is set up to life tap. And that way we just use life, and we have a lot of life leech and life on hit, so that our Ice Golem, we have this Automation Steel Skin, we have Mark on hit support with Assassin's Mark. For most things, when we're attacking rares, like in this Flight, for example. But, you know, when we're running like bosses, generally, we don't bother taking it off. If you're running a Pinnacle boss like Maven, Eater of Worlds, Staring at Shark, Uber Elder, it's better to take the Mark on hit support out and self-cast the Assassin's Mark, because you just get a little more effect. But for most things, there's absolutely no reason to deal with it. You don't have to think about it. So what I'm showing here, of course, is just this, this what a bite looks like on a tier 16, pretty much. Again, this is fire mixed with cold because we want to apply Brittle for more crit damage taken by enemies, and we want to apply Scorched. That was the whole idea. Why not just go back to Lightning Flicker Strike? It's good, it works well. Well, it's a little expensive and tricky to set up. You have to rely on a Forbidden Shaco. And Squires also went down in price this league. I was running Lightning Storm Towers as an experiment. I actually went back to Arc Towers later, and you'll see that on the Ring Blight enchantment. There you go. That's the Blight. Now I'm going to skip ahead here in a second. And we're going to run in to the rest of the map. This is how it feels. So again, life tap on most skills except Flicker Strike. And we leech enough that we don't have to worry about mana burn. No mana flask. Let's go into the Minotaur. And yep, that's what it feels like. It's good. Now let's run Elder Slayers. That's been alked a little bit. We have Vulnerability. We have Reflect. We have less accuracy rating. That kind of burns, you know. We're of the attack skill. You don't want less accuracy rating. Let's see how it feels. Now what happens when you go into any of these Maven fights? You alk them and then you figure out who the one you want to target is. You want to target Esh if it's the hidden. You want to target Minotaur on the formed. You want to target Eradicator on the twisted. Of course here, it's the Elder Slayers. I want to target Baron. So I don't have those horrible mana burn circles that or squares that he puts down.
I can't do this just yet.
And there we go. This build does not actually sheet as well as the Lightning or Cold, but it's very effective because of how underrated elemental ailments are. Scorched and Brittle. It's what we do. We use the Circle of Anguish, as you can see. And a variety of ways to cut mana costs, get our armor up, our accuracy up, our attributes up, and our reses up. You can see the POB below.